Hey, this is attorney Micah Huggins. I'm here at Duke Law School in Durham, North Carolina. I can't be more excited. Getting ready to address a group of students about the criminal justice system and criminal defense. And I am so excited about the opportunity to impart into students and share information about my life and experiences and my career. I worked really hard. My first year as an assistant public defender, I had developed a system whereby I was closing cases at a much faster rate than most of my colleagues were. After 1 year had passed, I had created a plan to get a raise from my boss. It was about November. I was super excited. And I said, all right, I have my statistics. I'm going to show him why I deserve a raise. Because I had closed this many cases. I had done this, I had done that. I had won some trials. I called him up on the phone. And he answered the phone. He was my boss. And he said, hello? I said, hey, Mr. So-and-so, right? I said, this is Micah. I'm in your High Point office, and I wanted to see if I could set up a time to come and talk to you about my job. And his response was, well, I can tell you right now, if you're looking for any more money, I don't have any. Click. And when he hung up the phone, I looked up at my walls and I started taking down my degrees. I said, well, if you don't think I'm valuable enough to even talk to me about a raise, then I don't want to work for you anymore. You know, I had a client today, her case was just on yesterday. It's just a minor traffic ticket case. She called it. We tell our clients, give us 24 to 48 hours to update you on the case. She called this morning. I want to know what happened with my case yesterday. Well, it's not 24 hours yet, but I'll call you back in an hour to try to get you an update. Well, she called back within 30 minutes. I said, okay, well, we'll check on it. Then she called back again. It's just, you know, having that patience, having that balance, being mentally strong, and then remembering your why. Like, why am I doing this, right? If you ever lose your why, then you may want to reconsider doing something else. I mean, and that's okay, right? So I know that I'm doing law because number one, I felt called to do it. And then number two, I'm doing it to empower other people. And then number three, I'm doing it to take care of me and my family, right? So I remember my whys whenever I feel like, oh man, okay, why am I doing this again? Okay, representing on the Capital Defender panel, it's kind of like taking a pay cut. They don't pay a lot of money, right? So definitely not doing it for the money. But the reason I chose to do it is because for a few reasons. I wanted to get the experience. Number two, I know that there are a lot of African Americans that end up on death row, right? So I figured, okay, I'm African American, so maybe I can make a difference in other African Americans' lives. And not just African American, of course I'll get appointed to people of all races, but let's be honest, the incarceration rate is much higher for African American males, right? So I said, as a black man, I think it's important that I at least try to do this and make a difference somewhere. You know, you're gonna have this other thing you have to deal with while you're practicing law. And you know what it is? It's called, you're getting close, your life. You actually have a life. Now, this is not your life. It's part of your life, but it's not your whole life, right? So you still have to take care of you and keep your balance. And I know that law school consumes a lot of your time and everything, and it teaches you to think about this stuff and work on this stuff. And even when you're chilling, you feel guilty sometimes, right? I should be working on something, you know, but you can't. And I know I said work hard, right? But you have to have a balance. Don't forget to take care of yourself. You know, just about 2 or 3 months ago, I decided to get back in the gym, and I hired a coach to help me. He watches what I eat every day. He tells me the workouts I should do every day. And I was able to get back in shape because I was getting to a place where, you know, I just wasn't happy with myself and how I was feeling because I was neglecting myself. So you have to take care of you no matter what, you know, above the client, above everything else, you must take care of yourself because life is gonna always be with you. The last thing I wanted to leave with you today is to never give up. You know, I don't know what your experiences have been like in law school, but for me, law school was I didn't really like law school that much. Some people are laughing like, I don't really like it that much either. Never give up. So, you know, when you are in law school and things are getting tough, you know, exams or whatever, and even if you don't always get the grade that you want, just keep in mind that this is just a marathon. This is the beginning of that marathon, and you have a long way to go. And I've seen it both ways. I've seen people at the top of their class not do so well in practicing law. Then I've seen people in the middle of the class, the bottom class, do very well in law school. Then I've seen people at the top of the class do really well in practicing law too. So it's kind of person by person, but just don't take how you perform in law school as the indicator of how well you'll be as a lawyer, especially if you implement some of the principles that I'm giving you today that I've learned over a period of time. I think it'll serve you very, very well.